Hello everyone, I'm Manuel and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Wine Tech. Today we have the latest phone from Vkworld, the S8. It has an incredibly huge battery, but will it be any good? Well, let's find out together. Let's have a quick look of what you can find inside the box. You have the smartphone straight away. I chose the blue version, which looks incredibly beautiful. Here we have a soft plastic thingy, and by removing here we can find the USB Type-C to audio jack, because the phone doesn't have an audio jack, you need an adapter. We can find a silicone case for the smartphone, which is incredibly nice. We have a quick, I don't know what this is, terms and conditions for, I don't know, customer names. I don't know what this is. This is a quick guide in different languages. We also have the pin for the SIM tray, and we have an extra plastic cover for the screen, a screen protector. And because the phone already comes with that screen protector applied. Okay, so let's talk about specification first. The phone comes with the MediaTek 6750T, an octa-core at 1.5 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage, of which around 42 left. The phone is expandable with an SD card up to 128 GB by giving up the second SIM slot. You can either have two SIMs or one SIM and one microSD, and the SD card can also be used as internal storage. Aesthetically speaking, the phone looks nice, but it's quite thick, at around 1 centimeter. I don't know if you can... Let's see if the camera can focus. It's incredibly thicker than usual. And also it's a little heavy, it's around 250 grams. The phone should also be a bezel-less phone, but as you can see, the bottom chin is actually a lot bigger than advertised. Let's move it back down so you can see better. On the back we have a 16 megapixel camera with a 5 megapixel one, so a dual camera setup, the monotone flashlight and the fingerprint scanner, which is incredibly accurate, but it's in an unfortunate position. It's actually not comfortable to unlock it, and sometimes you just click on the camera instead of the fingerprint scanner. But as you can see, it's actually fast and accurate. In the front, we have right at the top speaker, the proximity sensor LED sensor, and the LED notificator, whereas on the bottom right we have the front-facing camera. On the right we have the power button. On the bottom, the speakers, the USB Type-C and the microphone, and also two plastic bands for the antenna, whereas on the left we have the volume button up and down. On top we have the SIM tray for two SIMs or one SIM and one microSD card, and on the back we can see it's all glossy, which has a nice feeling, an incredible blue, but it's also very full of fingerprints, it gets dirty quite easily. And the frame is also in metal. The display is a 6 inches IPS Full HD Plus with an 18:9 ratio. The colors are nice and vibrant thanks to the mirror vision technology, but I wasn't impressed by it, it's just average. The automatic brightness works nice and it can easily be read in direct sunlight. It comes with Android 7 with stock Android and a personalized launcher which looks similar to the Huawei and Honor One, with the possibility to change its appearance with the Them app. The phone isn't among the fastest, but it's smooth and never laggy. Let me just show you a little bit of the launcher of the phone. Let's use it just once. So as you can see, it's a lot similar to the Huawei and Honor One with icons, but If we zoom in, we can go to them. We can change the appearance. We only have 5 options. Let's just change one. Just once. And here we have just a different set of icons for the basic system apps. Talking about gaming, with 4GB of RAM and the Mali T860 makes gaming decent. It might take a little longer to load games, but when loaded it would work without any issue. Talking about connectivity, we have dual band Wi-Fi, both 2.4 and 5 GHz, even though sometimes it disconnects by itself. The GPS works great and it's very accurate and fast, and it takes around 2 seconds to get a satellite fix. The phone also has Bluetooth 4.0 and worked perfectly with my car, earphones and laptop. Unfortunately, the speaker on top is amongst the worst I've ever tried, with metallic sound and terrible audio quality. The speaker on the bottom is also bad, with metallic audio, and if the voice is too low, it will be close to impossible to hear or understand. As a phone, it fails in the basics. The phone has a huge 5500 mAh battery, or at least it's what the maker stated. However, all the battery software I tested detected only 5700 mAh battery, and it might be better explain the mediocre autonomy. Despite the big battery and slow processor, the phone will take you to the evening with around 45% left, but it will be hard to reach 2 full days of usage with one charge. And that's disappointing. The phone is heavy, so I thought the battery would be a lot better, but it's not the case. The phone supports fast charging, it takes around 2 hours and a half to fully charge. As you can see from the screenshot I took with the phone, after 16 hours I had 34% left with only 3 hours of screen on time, which is actually bad for a smartphone with such huge battery and slow processor. And now let's talk about the camera. On the back we have a 16 megapixel sensor with a monotone flashlight and a secondary 5 megapixel one, whereas on the front, right here in the bottom, we have a 13 megapixel one. Pictures taken by this phone are actually better than I expected, with a good amount of detail in direct sunlight, even though in my opinion they are a little undersaturated. At night, however, it suffers by making pictures grainy and a little blurred out, like all smartphones in this price range. The front takes decent pictures with good lighting, but it's actually not that bad with low lighting as well. And as all Chinese smartphones in this price range, the secondary camera is simply useless. The bokeh effect is artificially created by making a circle in the center and blurring out everything else. And here we have an example of video recording. Let's try a video recording. Yeah, it's actually quite stable. It has electronic image stabilization. In conclusion, for $150, you are getting 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, a smooth user experience which is never laggy, and a decent camera. Whereas on the other side, the phone is incredibly heavy with its 250 grams, and the battery isn't as good as it should be on paper. There is close to no optimization. We also have an issue with the LED notification, which only works for calls and messages but not for other apps. The fingerprint scanner is in an uncomfortable position. The phone, yes, it has face unlock, but it doesn't work and is incredibly slow. And also we have the Type-C port, which is much deeper than usual. It will be close to impossible to use any other accessory. In conclusion, I can't see any good reason to actually buy this phone. It's incredibly heavy and definitely not a battery phone. Yes, it has a smooth software and a nice camera, but in the same price range you can get better phones with both processor, camera and battery optimization. So, in my personal opinion, it is not worth buying this smartphone. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and comment. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to buy the smartphone, well, I won't recommend it, but you can also find the link in the description box below. Well, see you soon in the next video. Ciao!